Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday morning Model Cars and Coffee. Shout outs to Paul over at Left Coast Model Car Builds. So, right in front of us, we have this 1967 Chevy Impala Lowrider that I built back in 2017, 20, going into 2018. And this build here took about 6 months to put together and in preparation to take over to Japan. And there's a lot that went into it. There was a lot of new things I had learned around this time. I had met Armando and we were building models like all the time, back to back. I was visiting him in Burbank. He was working on his build, the Gypsy Rose replica that he was going to take out to Japan to debut for the Moon Eye show. And, you know, hearing him talk about that show got me excited about going to Japan. And, I went ahead and asked him, hey, is it cool? Is there room for one more? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. So this car right here, I could say it's like the car that took me to Japan. So let's go ahead and dive right into it and see what's right in front of us. All right. So this one here was like the second car that I painted with House of Color doing patterns. And it was somewhat of an experimental type of paint job, type of car, just because I was still learning about laying down tape, doing pattern work, colors, things like that, and also using metal flake. So there's a lot of things that went into this car. I also, for the first time ever, got parts chrome plated with Armando, and shout outs to him. If it wasn't for him, this car would not have chrome plated parts. Let's flip it around. Look at the bottom. Everything's chrome plated right here. This model's pretty heavy when you feel it. It's pretty heavy. Right now the wheels aren't on there. The original wheels that I debuted with this car, they're not here. I don't know where they're at, to be honest. I took them apart. I ended up, using some of Gavin's wheels that we see right here. Shout outs to him, Lowrider Model Car Parts. So, there's a couple things that I need to fix before, I just kind of show this one again. But this one's been sitting on my shelf for a while that I was like, man, let me show you guys this one. I never break this one out. When I came out with this model, I did show it off for like that full year. And then right after that, I didn't. I just put it away. It just stayed in my house. And there's a lot of things that went into it. We went ahead and cut out the front. We did the hideaways right there, as you could see, all custom. And as far as the paint job, you see the pattern. There's custom paint on the exterior, also in the interior, custom dashboard that lights up with lights, and there's also the interior door panels. And these seats, you can move them. You could move them forward or back, right there. And even behind the seat, you can see a little pattern right there. Package tray as well. This one, we did this little effect to kind of give it like some depth right there. Like you're looking in and it looks like there's like some speakers in there, right? It does have a switch for the lights, which is right here on the side. And I don't even know if I could even reach that. Here, let's see what happens. Let's see if we could reach it. If not, you know what? I don't think we did it with the tweezers. I think it was a toothpick. I don't even know if this thing even lights up. It's been so many years. Let's see what happens. Can I even reach it? Oh, something else fell off, like a little, I think for the wheel. All right, here we go. I see the switch. Can we do it? Can we do it? See, this is what happens when you put the, oh, it turned on. All right, stare at the package tray. See that? Oh, what? It still works. Let's turn off the light. Hang on. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. Awesome. Yeah, that's how we brought it out in Japan during that time. And there it is, still going after all these years. The steering column was machined by Armando. He gifted me that right there. So that was pretty cool. Oh, that's awesome, man. Can't believe it still works. Let's see if I can hit the switch back to turn this off. Yeah, I think my lesson on this one was there we go. Putting the switch somewhere else. You know, also using the mirror finish already at that time, 2017. Mirror finish already using it in play. Um, let's see what else. Oh yeah, we shave right there, and we did the pattern. It just needs to be pushed up. It's like kind of dropping down. There's like a little bit of a gap right there. Also, I did a tuck on this, so underneath, if you could see the bottom, it tucks in like right there. There's really nothing. There we go, sticking out. I still need to adjust it because right now this is sticking out right here, the oil pan from the car, but this also sinks in right here. Um, these inner fenders, I cut them off, got them chrome plated, installed them back on. Very minimal, engine detail right there. Sorry guys if I keep moving this around. But there you have it, right there. Even the wiring for the hydraulics as well to kind of give that look. But yeah, this was like my second build, doing, like I said, doing patterns. And yeah, there was a lot I learned, and it was like a crash course. I learned this pretty quick with the help of Armando. Learning how to do these like really soft fades, like right here, this little blue one, around there, the lavender. I was playing around with colors. Now looking back at this, this green, I would not have used it. I should have continued this color to here and then that. Even up here in this pattern, I don't know. I started off with something that loops, and then I just started kind of going off on it. And the same with the green. It should have not been there, but it is what it is. Also, the rear tail lights right there. I ended up cutting off the middle part to make the lights all red right there, like whiter, instead of just like red light, little centerpiece, and then the other part, because that's how the AMT kit at the time, AMT hadn't come out with that other 67 that comes out with, like, that's the non, like, super sport, and that other one, even the hood, on this one, this is a super sport. So I had to sand this down. I had to smoothen it out. At the same time, this was hinged right here. I used to have this going suicide like this. I have photos of it, and no longer. That the hinge broke off. I had to redo it. You could even still see the marks right there. Right now it's just tape. So it's like, think of it as like a real car that at some point it came out, it was at a good moment in its prime, I guess, and wear and tear. So now it goes back in the shop until it gets fixed. So we need to correct, everything with the wheels, get the hinge back going, and then again in the future I'll be able to bring this out, not to enter it to compete, but just to show it, just to let people see it, you know, see it out there. But yeah, this was something that I built back at that time, 2017. And looking at it now, there's obviously a lot of things I obviously do a lot different if I had to redo this car. Even the center console, you could kind of see it right there. That's all custom right there, all styrene, and just having fun. I had a lot of fun with it, and I was just excited, man. I was gonna go to Japan, and I needed to finish this build to take it out there, right there. And then also, the one thing I really like about the model is just like how right here you see the metal flake, and then right here there's none. It's like the transition right there, and then over here too. If you see the top, you get that. It looks like more of a lavender. Even the hood, right? The hood kind of gives it like a different effect. So the way I came up with this was originally the colors in here were matching these, and then I ended up messing up on the hood, which I had to go back and isolate the area and backmask and sand it down, and I had to blast the Orion Silver again. And when I started spraying the candy, I noticed, wait a minute, it gave it this other type of effect right here, which I really liked. And I kept that in mind. I did it here, then I did it, on these parts right here. Um, the pink wasn't even there. I was just like, you know what? I'm digging this. So I went ahead and I kind of redid that whole thing. And this is just the way it came out with. And that's the one thing when you're starting off doing patterns, you know, be experimental, play around, take risks, do whatever just to get the feel of it. Don't worry about it. Judge it later. Once you're on your fifth or you know 10th one in the future, and you start to learn more about colors and all that stuff, then go back and be like, oh man, you know, we came a long way with all this stuff right here. You know, the same with clear coating. I mean, this was like the first time I was starting to use House of Color clear, and it's not the best clear. Like you can still feel rough spots. You know, yeah, it looks shiny and all, but there are some rough spots that, let's say right now, if I wanted to, I could probably cut and buff it. But then again, I can't remember how many layers of clear I added on this, so I don't want to risk it. I'm just gonna leave it how it is, and just study it. You know, just study it and be like, you know, what did I do with this one that I need to do with my new ones? What should I not do? You know what I mean? All those kind of things right there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one right here. That's my Sunday morning model cars and coffee with my 67 Impala right here. Man, I think the last time I showed this one was in Las Vegas at the SEMA show. Our Armando Flores and Armando Serrano over at Iwata, you know, had collaborated and did this presentation, and you know, I was able to be a part of it. And this car, along with my other pink Cadillac, I was able to bring those two cars out for that. So yeah, that was like the last time. And then after that, now it's parked, it's here. So all good. But hey guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, peace.